Welcome to the You're in Charge podcast, prioritizing your self-care without sacrifice. I'm your host, Heather Dumas, healthy lifestyle strategist, owner and founder of HD Transformations Coaching Company. I am passionate about helping you juggle all the balls and look and feel like a badass doing it. Sometimes you just need to get the fuck out. Today I was sitting in a sauna, dying, intentionally put myself there, and I just wanted to leave. I wanted to get out because I was so uncomfortable. And I think that we get like that in life often, and we don't listen to it. We ignore it. Now, if you're in an actual sauna, you're not going to ignore it for very long. But I'm talking about like in day-to-day life. We get so uncomfortable that we just get used to being uncomfortable. And we just tell ourselves, I'm fine. I can do it. I can handle it. But you can't. And you're not. And it's causing you harm. It's damaging your body. It's damaging your heart. It's damaging your soul. So why don't you get out? Why don't you get out? Well, for one, because our brain tells us it's hard, which is the craziest thing. Because if you think about that sauna analogy, when you're in a hot sauna, how hard is it? You just open the door and get out, right? Well, it is actually that easy to get out of an uncomfortable situation with your body as well. You just have to open the door and walk through it. Now you're thinking, no, it's not. I've tried a lot of things. Bear with me for a minute, because you haven't tried the right things. If you tried the right things, it would have worked. Because no one is destined to be fat. No one is destined to be unhealthy. No one is destined to be tired all the time. That is a choice. That's a choice that we're making. And remember, you're in charge and you get to choose whether or not you feel happy or not. But it's not just as simple as making a choice. It's following through with the choice. It's opening the door and walking out, right? You can't just open the door and sit in the sun and be miserable and be like, oh, it's not working. You actually have to walk through the door. Like, so what does this have to do with my life? Well, our brains do not like change. Our brains are programmed for comfort, for survival, for familiarity, because that is safe. That protects us and keeps us from getting killed by lions, tigers, and bears. However, our brains don't understand that staying stuck in this unhealthy, miserable state is actually as dangerous as the lion, the tiger, and the bear. So we have to outsmart ourselves. We have to outsmart our primitive brain that says change is scary, change is bad, change is painful, and teach it that change is good. How do you do it? Well, sauna is a good example. You put yourself in uncomfortable situations. You go sit in a sauna, sit in an ice bath, get your heart rate up, work out really hard, sit in silence. Meditation can be very uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. Are you a caffeine addict? I know I used to be. I have been known to be that at certain times. If you are finding yourself reaching for coffee or an energy drink more than just first thing in the morning, then you're probably low on your B vitamins. B vitamins are our energy driving system. They are also like windshield wipers for your brain. They help clear out brain fog. They help sharpen your clarity. They give you energy. And your body needs it. Fun fact, you can't store it in your body, so you have to have a constant supply. I have the solution for you. You can grab it on my website, and it is easy to consume. You just pop it in your mouth and swallow. Way faster, way easier, and way less expensive than your daily Starbucks run. And the more often you do those uncomfortable things, the more used to it your brain gets. And you don't have so much subconscious resistance come up when you want to make a change. Now, if you are in a really stressed out situation, if you hate how you look and you feel like shit, adding anything else like a sauna or a workout can feel like impossible. So then you have to have a conversation with yourself. And I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I hope they make you uncomfortable. The first is, if you do nothing, will you be happy in 5 years? I'm guessing that's probably a no. If you do nothing, will you feel good in 5 years? Will you look good? That's all going to be a hard no, promise you. So, are you willing to settle for misery? Are you willing to settle for looking like shit? For being more fat than you already are? For being more unhealthy than you already are? Or are you willing to get uncomfortable? Are you willing to face the facts that you need to do something different? Are you willing to try something hard? And you're probably thinking, I do hard things every day. Yes, I'm sure you do. The hard thing you're doing is staying stuck. The hard thing you're doing is staying miserable. So you're in charge. Do you stay miserable, or do you go through some temporary discomfort for long-term happiness? I choose option B, and I hope you do too. There are only a few things that you need to do to get from where you are to where you want to be. It's a few different shifts of schedule. It's a few different shifts of food choices. And it's one big shift of deciding that this is not where I want to be. I will not accept this. I will not settle for this. Once you make those decisions, once you open the door and walk out of that sauna, it's really, really easy to stay out. Now, this is probably going to apply to more than just your physical body. Obviously, that's my world that I love to be in, but I'm going to tell you that you're going to have to make this choice and walk through doors with friendships, with relationships, and with jobs, because all of those things can have as bad or worse effect on your physical body than just eating processed foods and not exercising. Because the emotional stress that I've talked about before, the toll that takes on your physical body is tenfold worse. Tenfold worse. That is all the lions, tigers, and bears chasing you at once. And there is not a way to outrun it. Let me interrupt for a second to talk about blood sugar. Blood sugar is the thing that is causing all the problems for most people. If your blood sugar is too high, you probably know it gives you diabetes, but what you don't know is that it can also lead to a whole host of other issues. There are ways to fix it. You can get on drugs, you can do all kinds of things, or you can take some supplements. One of the supplements is alpha lipoic acid. What it does is it combats that high blood sugar. It is an antioxidant and it helps with nerve function. And if you take it, then you don't have the insulin issues. Your body will release fat. You'll feel better. You'll look better. Your brain will be functioning. All things good. So before you go jump on meds, try this out. Alpha lipoic acid. It's available on my website. Now back to the conversation. If you're sitting in a sauna, AKA a job that you hate, a relationship that's failing, or a body that is sucking on weight faster than anything and running out of energy, it's time to open the door and get the fuck out. It's time to open the door and make the decision to start putting one foot in front of the other, to make the changes that you need to make in order to get where you want to be, so that in 5 or 10 years, you're not worse off. Because if you do nothing, it's going to be bad. It's going to be so bad. So it only takes a couple steps. It only takes, like I said, opening that door. That initial first step is the hardest one. And it shouldn't be. Because if you're as unhappy and uncomfortable as you probably are, wouldn't you do anything to get out of that? I certainly would and did. I've been there. I've been that unhappy and that miserable within my body, within myself, within my world. And I opened a lot of doors and walked right out of friendships, of jobs, thankfully not out of my marriage. I locked that door and stayed in the sauna until the temperature cooled off. But it's not as hard as we're making it in our brains. So if right now thinking about making a change, thinking about losing weight, thinking about exercising, thinking about changing what you eat, if that feels really hard, I want you to ask yourself, which is harder, that or feeling like you feel right now for the rest of your life? I think it's time to make a change. So if you need help opening that sauna door, I am here for you. I'm happy to help you. The first step and the easiest step actually is to take my healthy lifestyle quiz. That's why I designed it, was so you knew kind of which door to open and how fast to run through it. So if you take it, it will tell you exactly what you need to do. It takes 2 minutes, and I will send you a personalized door code, a personalized set of instructions to walk through that door to get out of that uncomfortable situation that you're feeling and you're living in right now. And beyond that, let's jump on a call. Let's jump on a call after you take that quiz and talk about it and see how far and how fast you have to run from that sauna, or if you can walk casually. See ya. Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, you're in charge. You're the only one who can create the life and the body you desire. You and only you. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to cheer you on and occasionally to give you the kick in the ass you need to make it happen. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. If you found value in today's episode, please hit subscribe. It'll bring all the newest episodes to the top of your list. You won't have to worry about it. One less thing. And I would love for you to share it with your most stressed out, frazzled friend. She needs it even more than you do. If you have a question or a topic that you'd like me to cover, reach out, shoot me a message on any of the socials or directly on my website. I would love to hear your idea, your question, and I'm always looking for new ones. Until next time, keep being the badass you are, and remember, you are in charge.